Good afternoon. My name is Edward Sanshin Oberholtzer. I'm the resident priest here at the Joseph Priestley Zen Sangha in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We're an affiliate of Empty Moon Zen. Oops. There's been a lot of talk lately about the number of robotic missions to Mars that will be launched in the upcoming months. One from the US, another from the EU, one from China, and a fourth from the Emirates, all with the mission of finding traces of life or evidence that life may have once existed on Mars. I've been struck lately by the conundrum that scientists must find themselves in terms of finding life on other planets. Specifically, how will they know that they've found living beings if they're not quite sure what it means to be alive? Need life be carbon-based? What if there's no recognizable analog for DNA? Will we encounter complex processes that parallel life as we know it without quite fitting in with what we have come to know here on Earth? And speaking of Earth, what of here? Are viruses alive, or simply crystalline structures housing a complicated molecule, DNA, RNA, precursors to life? I feel a deep sympathy for anyone trying to sort this out, frankly, because I often find myself wondering whether I myself am alive. And with that in mind, let me turn to case 55 in the Blue Cliff record. Daowu and Jian Yuan went to a house to express condolences. Jian Yuan rapped on the coffin and asked, "Living or dead?" Daowu said, "I can't say either living or dead." Jian Yuan asked, "Why can't you say?" Daowu said, I can't say. On the way home, Jian Yuan said, "Your Reverence, please tell me right away. If you don't, I shall hit you." Daowu said, "If you like, I'll allow you to hit me, but I'll never say." Jian Yuan hit him. Later, after Daowu passed away, Jian Yuan went to Xishuang and told him this story. Xishuang said, "Alive I can't say, dead I can't say." Jian Yuan asked, "Why can't you say?" Xishuang said, I can't say. With these words, Jian Yuan was enlightened. The koan goes on from there, but I think this is sufficient. Rap. So, am I dead or alive? Now I know that may sound, if not psychotic, then certainly downright peculiar. A reasonable person might think there was an appropriate diagnosis for that state of mind, and in fact, there may be. The first time I read of Cotard's syndrome was in a popularized account of cognitive science by V.S. Ramachandran. People suffering from Cotard's are convinced that they are dead. There seem to be a number of brain injuries that can give rise to this. I'm fairly certain, however, that this fails to describe my situation. Note that fairly certain. No, for me, the issue begins with recognizing that the deep structure of my body, of our bodies, because I'm not going to let you all off the hook here. The molecules that make up my very being are very beings. The atomic elements that make up those molecules, the subatomic particles that make up those atoms, these can't be distinguished in any meaningful way from the molecules, atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons, the quarks, that make up the rest of what we consider to be the inorganic, the inanimate universe. And if, as I suspect to be the case, what we call life is a matter of complexity, then aren't we being parochial in insisting that that complexity be found only in carbon-based beings operating at our particular time scale? That a search for that elusive spark may be misguided. We like to say, speaking poetically, and I'm not sure whether this is Joni Mitchell or Carl Sagan or perhaps both, that we are stardust, an acknowledgement that the elements that make us up originated in the depths of stars, long ago supernova, sending out heavy elements to the universe, building blocks for my current state, not of confusion, but of openness. But if we're honest, this uncertainty, this open-ended question is an acknowledgement of one of the great mysteries of the way. The trees, the rocks, the rivers and mountains, the birds and fishes, you, me, all of us. You know, if one of us is alive, if one of us is sentient, then who's to say that we are not all sentient? The birds and mountains, the fishes, the stars, that we are not all Buddhas, rock Buddhas, wind Buddhas, dog and cat Buddhas, that we are all not here waiting to wake up, to embrace the wide, the wild and expansive universe. I can live with this being dead if it puts me in company with this evening's sunset, with this evening's thunderstorms, with the breeze, the living breeze, the breeze as Buddha that tomorrow blows through the grasses in the meadows out back and lifts that bird's wings, that bird as Buddha. I can live with this mystery of life and death and open myself to never quite knowing what it is, of always being surprised, of always looking and not finding. All you need to do is sit down and pay attention. So go ahead, knock on that coffin lid, alive or dead. I can't say. I can't say. Thank you.